Good afternoon. It's Genevieve here. I am coming to you hopefully from my Stampin' for Fun Facebook page. So every week on Tuesday around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard, I like to hop on and share some stamping inspiration. So once again, I don't know whether Facebook is giving us trouble or what the problem is, but I can't put my phone in the landscape orientation for you guys this week because the whole fishbowl effect is happening again. So I don't know. Last time it fixed itself after a few weeks and I was able to do it again. So I don't know. At first I thought it was my phone. I thought I might have to go get another phone, but then it fixed itself. But this time we're back onto the fishbowl effect. So that's why I have the portrait Facebook Live today. Hi Joy, hi Maureen, good to see you guys. I was just explaining that sadly, I don't know, something's weird going on again, and when I turn my phone sideways, everything looks like you're looking out a fishbowl with big funny glasses or something. So I figured you didn't want to see the projects completely distorted. So it seems to be working okay in this mode, so we'll just go with it. And the only thing that kind of makes me feel better about the fact that I can't do my Facebook Lives the way I like to is that I was watching a Facebook Live video from my friend Karina, who's out in Edmonton, and her Facebook Live was completely sideways. She said once it was upside down and then it was sideways. So I don't know. It just makes me feel better that I'm not the only one with technological challenges when it comes to running our stamping business happiness. So hi Donna. So speaking of Karina, I got the ideas for my upcoming technique class, which is coming up on the first Monday of the month. I got a couple of them from her, so I thought I'd show you guys one of them. It's this cool vanity card, and can you kind of see how it looks like a vanity there, like with the little vanity table? And the fun thing is that it folds right up. You just kind of pull this piece up, and then it just kind of folds so that it can still go into a little envelope. Okay, and then when you take it out of the envelope, you can just pop it back in place. Okay, your birthday is the 14th of March. Oh, that's good. That's the day of my ladies retreat day, I think. But my technique class is on February the 3rd. Anyway, so my whole plan for technique class on Monday was to do gatefold cards because there's so many fancy gatefold cards out there. And then, but then I saw this dresser card, so I absolutely had to do the dresser card. So we're really doing like 2 fancy gatefolds and 1 dresser on Monday's class. So if you're local, I live in Markham, Ontario, Canada. Let me know you want to come because I've ordered the supplies, but I haven't started cutting yet. So you can probably let me know up until like Friday or so, and then I can include you in Monday's class to make these fun cards. Okay, so this week is our last week showcasing the product of the month. So who remembers what our product of the month was for the whole month of January? Every single one of my projects have been showcasing the same product of the month. Does anyone want to shout it out and remember what we did? I was like, where are the previous projects I did? I do it. I think one of them I sent off right away to the troops in Canada. There's a way that you could send Valentine's cards to our Canadian Armed Forces. So I think one got sent off, but I see one over there. But anyway, does anyone remember what the product of the month was? It was the From My Heart Designer Series paper. So this is our last week. We're into the last week of January already. Yay! Yes, I'm so excited that January is over. Not because I didn't like January. We did lots of fun things, but it just means it's closer to warmer weather. Closer to weather when I can go outside, where there's sunshine. So any month closer to that is a good thing. So February might still be rough in terms of weather, but we're going to move on to a new product of the month. So we'll find out next week what it's going to be, but I'm going to ask for your help this time because it's not unusual that I'll buy lots of stamps that I love and I see in the catalog. And I thought, wouldn't it be fun if you guys get to help pick out what the product of the month is going to be next week for the month of February. So here's my options. So I thought I could maybe focus in on the celebration item, Power of Hope. I don't know whether that's a good idea, actually. All of a sudden I'm thinking about it. It's on low inventory. It's on low inventory. So if it goes unorderable, it'll be kind of sad. I'll be showing projects that you can't actually order, but hopefully it will come back and we won't be worried. Right now it's not gone. It's just on low inventory. But I thought I'd pick a couple of stamp sets that I love but haven't really used too much. So I figured this is a perfect excuse to use it as a product of the month for the month of February. So I kind of thought, should I do this one, kind of this combo, which is a celebration freebie. Hi, Deb. Or this is my other option I was thinking, because I bought this stamp set. I loved the artwork. I loved the font of the words of the sentiment, but believe it, it's completely unmounted. I have not used it at all. And so I thought, I love it. I have to do something with it. So that's my challenge. So you guys let me know which you think I should do. So I'll have to make a decision sometime in the next few days so that I can get ready for next week. But so for on the coming month of February, what would you like for the product of the month? What would you like me to showcase? Maureen's got an idea. She's saying to use different celebration items each week for the month of February. Okay, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. We could totally do that. But I tend to kind of focus in on one thing just to see kind of one thing used various ways. So if you were to choose, would you want me to go with this one as product of the month for February, or this one as product of the month for February? And then all my projects in February will revolve around that. So maybe that'll be kind of a little vote for us. Although I do love Maureen's idea of a different one each week, but yeah, I'll keep that in mind. But I was kind of thinking we'd go with one or the other of the two that I showed. Okay, so let's turn the camera over. I'm sure I have a couple more announcements. Oh yes, just a reminder, we are now not quite, but almost halfway through Celebration. And the best part about Celebration, one of the best parts, is the Celebration Starter Kit Special. So if you have not taken advantage and you're not already on my team, I see many of my team girls are on here, my Team Stick girls. They are my stamping family. Oh, big news. They were the first ones to pretty much hear that last night I earned enough points to earn the next incentive trip in 2021. So it's kind of a thrill for me each year to make it a goal to try to earn the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip. And it is always kind of fun to see how early I can earn it. We do have a full 12 months, so you know, some of our demonstrator friends that are still working hard, don't keep going, keep plowing along, because you have until September the 30th. But it was kind of fun that last night I was able to have enough points, and so I could tell my husband, yes, we have enough points. And so anyway, my Team Stick girls were pretty much the first to hear. It was very exciting. Oh, Leanne's asking where the 2021 trip is. It is... Oh, Leanne. Okay, Leanne, just to give you all a bit of background, Leanne and I were, we studied together in university in the occupational therapy program. We were roommates for like 2 years in a flat in Kingston, Ontario. So, you know, when you live with someone, it's like you either love them forever like family or you hate them. So anyway, fortunately, Leanne and I are like family. We love each other like family. So she's asking where we're going. It is on the biggest ship, I think it's the biggest ship right now with Royal Caribbean, is called the Symphony of the Seas, and it's an Eastern Caribbean cruise. But the reason I'm excited you're on, Leanne, is because I kind of told my family they've changed the trip to May. So now it's a bit, not sure if Kevin can come. And I have already taken each of my kids once already. So Ethan got to go to Fiji, Michelle got to go on a Western Caribbean cruise, and Nathaniel got to go on the Mediterranean cruise. So each of the kids have gone with me on an incentive trip, and my husband's been to a few different incentive trips. But I thought, okay, if he can't go, who would I take? Would I take one of my kids? And you know, Leanne, I thought I would take you. So I already told my family, I haven't told you, now I'm telling you in public on Facebook Live that you would be one of the people I would ask if, because I know you love networking with people, and you always find the whole direct sales Stampin' Up thing very interesting. So you would kind of fit right in, because there's a lot of like chatter among demonstrators, and so I thought you would fit in. Whereas sometimes when I take my kids, they don't know how to talk to other demonstrators. They look a little, and then I don't get to talk to as many people because I'm trying to pair them up with little other friends. So anyway, but that's a long time away, 2021. Kevin's like, don't make any plans yet. I'm going to see whether I can come. So, anyway, so don't get your hopes up, Leanne. And I know you're always traveling for your work, so it might not work out anyway. But but it's just funny that you popped on because I was thinking of you. Okay, so anyway, best deal of celebration is to join the Stampin' Up family and to join my Team Stick Stampers. Wow, that was a real diversion from what I really wanted to say, was that you should all, if you are not already part of Team Stick, if you live in Canada, you should become part of Team Stick. Actually, one of our newest girls is on here, Deb. So this is just a sample of all the things you can choose in your starter kit. $165 of whatever you want, but you pay only $135, no shipping, and in most provinces, no tax as well. And on top of that, you get to pick free, any stamp set you want of any value. So this is, I think, one of the most expensive ones. It's $61 here. And then as well, you get the paper sampler free, all these different designs of paper. And then you also get this cute little mini paper trimmer. So that is an amazing deal. I would love to have you join the Stampin' Up family. I would love to have you enjoy the fun. And yeah, we always do lots of stamping inspiration, and my team each month they get tutorials of what our make and takes are. And we have an exclusive Facebook group, and I do little creative challenges with little prizes. So it's a great community to be part of if you enjoy stamping. And you absolutely, Stampin' Up does not require that you have to do classes or anything like that. You can just enjoy the discount and enjoy the community. That's totally welcome. So I wanted to make sure you knew about that, but let's turn the camera over, even though I'm sorry, it kind of has to be portrait because of the weird fishbowl thing going on. And we'll get started with our project and our last one using the product of the month this month, the From Your Heart DSP. Okay, it is a great deal, Joy. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so let's see. This part always stresses me out, the whole flipping over business. Let's see how we're doing here. I can't do... Okay, actually I should have tested this before. Hopefully we're okay here. Okay, so I'm sorry you're not going to get the whole thing. So don't forget, if you're just tuning in, let me know what you'd like the product of the month to be next month. So this month, all the projects that I did all month revolved around the From My Heart Designer Series paper. But next month, do you want me to focus on this one, sort of this bundle? It's a celebration freebie, the Power of Hope stamp set with the embossing folder, or this Beautiful Moment stamp set. So let me know which one you prefer, and then I'll get cracking on projects. Okay, so this week, okay, let's see. There's so many things I want to show you. I'm going to put my glasses on so that I can kind of see a little better. Okay, so let's start with, so as I told you, we're going to do some fancy gatefold cards in my technique class this month. And once I got started on one of the fancy gatefold cards, I couldn't stop. So I ended up making one with the product of the month. Oh, thanks, Deb. I'm so glad you feel supported. That is something we like to do here. Okay, so let me show you. This is what we're trying to make today. This isn't what the same kind of concept as what we're doing in technique class, but I made one with the new From Your Heart DSP. Can you see that? Sorry, I have to kind of go give you a pan because we're doing the vertical. Isn't that a really fancy gatefold card right there? And then we've got this little belly band that goes over. Okay, so let's see if I remember how to make it. That is the whole other thing going on here. Okay, because I think I did that maybe 2 days ago, and my memory is short. Okay, so we're going to take, so our cardstock, I'm just using our regular Whisper White Stampin' Up! Cardstock. We're going to cut it in half at 5.5 inches. Okay, and we are actually going to need both pieces. Okay, and then you're going to cut it at, so it's going to be, oh, I hope I have this right. It's going to be 5.5. So did I get the 5.5? Yes, 5.5 by 8 inches. I hope I didn't mess this up. This already feels a bit funny to me. Okay, 5.5 by 8 inches. Okay, yes, this is correct. Okay, so we're going to cut off this piece here. Okay, so it's just a little small piece we're cutting off. Okay, so 5.5 by 8, and you need 2 of them. 5.5 by 8. Okay, good thing I'm wearing my glasses. Okay, and then you're going to need both pieces, but what we're going to do is we're going to score it at 2 inches. Okay, so remember we're using the light gray one, 2 inches, and then we're going to score it at 4 inches. Okay, I've only really made this card a couple times, so I'm really hoping I'm not messing it up. Can you see the score lines there? 2 inches and 4 inches. We're going to do the same on the other piece. Okay, 2 inches and 4 inches. Okay, make sure to say hi if you're just joining in so that I know that you're here. Okay, so once we have that, I think we can put this aside for now. Okay, I found it a bit challenging, which is why I'm partially making this video to show you guys, but also because I think it would be helpful to kind of see it in action. My club member girls, they always get written tutorials, but sometimes written tutorials are not enough. Okay, so then we're going to fold on the score lines like this. Okay, so one score line is a mountain fold, one is a valley. Same on the other piece of paper. One's a mountain, one's a valley. And what's going to happen is that we're going to place one piece on top of the other piece, and that's how we'll get our gatefold. Okay, so as you can see, what I find is that when you're putting it together, it's not 100% like really close to each other, but I think it should be okay. Let's see if we can work with this. Sometimes if you do it, sometimes you'll see a little more of a gap there, and if you do, all you have to do is like kind of trim off this piece here, like just like tiny, like a hair's width, so that when you're putting it in here, it just helps it to go right in and not leave a gap. But actually this time it doesn't seem too bad, so I think I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. Okay, and then what we're going to use is our wonderful designer series paper, which I hope I find because I cut it ahead of time for us. And it's going to be 5.25 inches by 1 3/4. Okay, 5.25 inches by 1 3/4. It goes perfectly on these little gatefold parts. So let me adhere that for us. I hope I remember the order to do this. If I totally mess it up, oh well, I'll have to do an addendum video. Okay, so we'll do that. Okay, and so it's always the challenge, right? Which side are we going to use? But I decided to use the side with the fancy flirty flamingo foil because it's pretty. See that? I love that foil. That's one of the perks of this paper. Okay, and then I got this idea. I saw it again on my friend Karina Chin's her video, but I changed up a few things to how she did it because when I tried to do it, I don't know, I had a little bit of trouble. So I think what we're going to do now, I'm not putting tons of adhesive on this side, just like a little bit, because in case I have to move and adjust or whatever. So I'm just going to put that in right butt up against the score line, okay, to get as close as I can. Okay, and I do find, whoa, I must have been really crooked there. Hang on. See, that's why I don't put too much, because if you're a little crooked, the card doesn't look right at all. You're trying to line up the pieces together. Let's see how that looks. Okay, that's a little better, eh? Okay, sometimes it's helpful to have a bone folder. So let's see what I can get a bone folder here and just kind of burnish everything down a bit. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get our layering circle dies. I already took out this one. I think it's like the second largest circle, not the scalloped one, but just the regular circle. Okay, and then I'm going to just eyeball it here, kind of where I want it to cut. Okay, so, you know, you're just kind of eyeballing for the center there. Okay, and then let's see, we're going to put this here. Okay, and the key is you're not going to cut it like this. Your first instinct is that you're going to cut like this, but you're not really. But what I'm going to do is actually take a pencil and kind of trace the inside. Whoops, I'm not doing a good job here because the camera's in my way. Trace inside the die. Okay, so what I'm kind of doing is like just tracing a circle on the inside of the die here, just to give me an eyeball of what we're doing. Okay, we're gonna move this baby, and then see I put a bit of washi tape here to help us stay in place. Okay, and then we can even put a little bit of washi tape here. Should have had my washi tape ready. So washi tape is good because it's not super sticky. It doesn't necessarily leave a huge mark. So hopefully we've got this right here. Okay, and let me get my big shot. Sorry guys. Let's get my big shot over and roll it out. Okay, so we're just gonna do one side right now. Okay. And then Stampin' Up! Has said that their new die cutting machine, it may be sometime in June or July that it's coming. So I think they kind of told us that so that we're not getting our hopes way up high there, waiting for it any day. It takes a while to produce and go through production and all that stuff. But in the meantime, this guy's still hanging in there and kicking around. So, okay, so let's cut this out. Okay, I really hope I'm doing this right. Okay, so got that. Okay, let me move this, and then we can carefully peel this piece away. Hi Karen, don't worry that you're late. You can always go back and watch the replay after. So we're going to leave the washi tape on, okay? And then here's where we're going to try and kind of line it up again with where we drew our little pencil mark, right? So that we drew our pencil mark so we kind of know where to line it up again, okay? Maybe a little more over here. Hopefully I'm doing this. Okay, and you'll put your washi tape here. And it's this side that we're opening now. Okay, oh, it went off the camera, sorry. Hopefully you saw that. Okay, and then now we'll roll this out. Okay, is this making sense so far, how I'm getting this fancy gatefold? Okay, maybe we can do it like this. So you don't have to really run the whole thing through, you just have to make sure that circle's being cut. And let's see whether it works out. I think I did it right, so even if it didn't quite work out, it might, the only hitch sometimes is it ends up a bit misaligned. But let's see. And then, you know, if it is a bit misaligned, just go with my mantra. Hey, it's handmade. It's like evidence, proof that it's handmade. Okay, let's see what we got here. So then we can pop that out. We can just gently take the washi tape off. So I don't even have to erase the pencil mark because I did the pencil mark on the inside. it's getting cut out anyway. See that? So there you go. And then there's our little circle. Okay, see how it did that? Okay, hopefully you thought that was cool, because I thought that was cool. It just takes a little bit, you just have to be a little bit careful when you're lining it up, and that's why the use of that pencil is really helpful. Okay, so now we can finish up our card. I don't know, I'm going to throw these out unless you guys think of some fantastic way to use these babies. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to stamp a little bit. I liked the little kind of doily little stamp here, so I'm going to use that. And I always just like to use the colors that are in the paper. So Flirty Flamingo and Real Red. It is. Is it Flirty Flamingo? I think so. Flirty Flamingo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Flirty Flamingo, but I'm going to like stamp off. So I'm going to stamp it, but I'm not going to go full strength. I'm going to kind of go with the second generation. See how the second generation is lighter? That's what I want. Okay, so full strength and then lighter. So the trick here is you want the card closed so that you can kind of see you're going for kind of the center here. Okay, and then we'll do the words. So I don't know who I'm making this card for. I already have one made, but we'll have to think who to give it to. So if that does kind of affect what saying you want, I guess I'll do from my heart to yours, because then it's not too lovey-dovey in case it's, you know, not for a husband or a boyfriend or whatever. Let's stick that on. Yeah, from my heart to yours. That's a nice saying. And then we're going to use the Real Red, and I'm going to do the Real Red full strength. Okay, for those of you just tuning in, I was just demoing a fancy gatefold card, and I'm sure it was too late. I had already made this card, but I would have been very curious to try it with a heart-shaped die. Wouldn't that have been fun? Okay, so there you go. You can see that, how you do the lighter Flirty Flamingo and then you do the word on top, which is kind of nice. Okay, and because the card kind of pops like that, it might be nice to have a little belly band around. Now, here's the thing. When I do belly bands, I never measure anything. Nothing. Never. So this is how I do belly bands, and it's okay. It works for me. I just take a strip of whatever color I want to use. So in this case, it's the Real Red, and I'm going to just cut a strip. I'm just going to cut it 1 inches here. Okay, and since I never measure anything, I basically, especially for belly bands, I measure things generally, just not for belly bands, right? So I'm just going to put it around here and then wrap it around. Okay, and I always don't wrap it super tight because you want it to be able to slide on and off. So I just very gently kind of put it there. And since this is so long, I literally just kind of like fold it back towards the center a bit. This is totally like not artsy crafty cool at all. I'm supposed to measure things and stuff, but I don't with my belly bands. I just literally fold it over to the way I want, and then I can even hide the ugly part, the part that I snipped. I can even hide it at the bottom, but I'm just gonna snip it here, put some adhesive, maybe tear and tape actually might be better because it's a little stronger, but for the sake of ease, we've got that. Okay, and then let's just check and make sure that this fits okay. You might have to kind of squeeze that in a bit. I might have done it a bit too tight, but you don't want it too loose either, because then it doesn't really hold the card together if it's too loose. There we go. Okay, so the belly band can go there, and then we'll just do a little sentiment on top. So let's see if I've got some Whisper White paper here, and then we'll use the tried and true Happy Valentine's Day. Again, perfect sentiment for anybody, lover or not, because you can wish anybody a Happy Valentine's Day. You could wish your mailman a Happy Valentine's Day. I wonder if I could give this to the UPS man. I am expecting 2 deliveries from UPS today, and I will be greatly appreciative if they show up on time, because I am down to the wire for the things that I need for a class tomorrow. My Stampin' Sweet and Simple at the Spa night is happening tomorrow, and we've got lots of people coming. And one of the Team Stick girls, Debbie, she owns a salon in the neighborhood in Markham, and so she's going to come and provide paraffin wax hand treatments, and I'm going to put up a yogurt parfait bar. So tomorrow's going to be a nice night, but we need the UPS man to deliver my supplies so I can cut. Look at how clean and crisp that is. Stampin' Up! Stamps are the best. They manufacture their stamps themselves, so they can really control the quality. If there's ever any problem, you just call the 1-800-STAMP-UP hotline, and they fix it up for you. So that's always fantastic. And so, I don't know, I'm sure I've mentioned in previous calls, but there is a heartfelt bundle. So you can purchase the stamp set and the punches. There's actually 2 punches that coordinate here. Okay, and then you get a 10% discount because you bought it all together. So I did forget to mention right off the front end, you guys need to, if you need any supplies or anything like that, all you have to do is head to my online store, genevieve.stampinup.net, and when you use this host code, you will get part of my class. So if your order's $50 or more, you'll get this free class in the mail using our product of the month. Look at these sweet, sweet cards. Okay, so your online order just has to be $50 or more in order to get all the card pieces pre-cut for you. You just use, I'll even include the ribbon, everything. You just have to use your own stamps and ink. Okay, if your order's not able to be $50 or over $50, that's okay. Any order, I'm always grateful for any online orders or any orders at all. You'll get a email tutorial on how to make these cards, so you'll have all the measurements and everything. Okay, so I know that people often find the measurements really helpful, but if you want the actual pieces with the embellishments, then you'll get that free with your order, just with a minimum $50 order. Okay, so if there's things you love, make sure you head there, and you can have fun. And because Celebration's on, every $60 order will get you a free gift. And that's really fun too. Okay, so I'm using the scalloped heart, and it just gives a nice little perfect little border around it. Okay, and then we'll pop it. We can use dimensionals maybe to pop it right on. So I use, a couple dimensionals there, and we'll pop that right on. Our little heart in the center. And there we go. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the card today. I'm super happy that it turned out, because I was like, oh no, what if I forget how to do it? Sometimes, yeah, it is like, it's not 100% perfect because you're doing each side separately, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think the person who receives it will be happy. Okay, so there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. Diane says she likes the card idea, and now Leanne has a new card idea for her husband. And if you joined in late and you didn't hear that, I haven't decided what I'm going to do for next month's product of the month. So if you want to help me decide, just vote on whether you'd like me to do this one, the Beautiful Moments, or whether you'd like me to focus on one of the celebration items, Power of Hope. Okay, so I'll take a look at your choices or your votes, and then I'll decide later on. Okay, so thanks for jumping in, and for those of you who are local, just a reminder that class is on Monday, technique class is on Monday. Here's one of the gatefold cards. The other one will be using this technique, but different design, and then our little dresser card. So if you're interested in that, come on out to class, or even if you want to get the instructions and be long distance, just let me know and we can work something out. Okay, talk to you soon. Thank you so much. Bye for now.